Sorry I didn't post a video yesterday. We had company all week for Thanksgiving from out of state, and just got kind of busy with that, and I thought I had one ready, and I did. I just didn't upload it. So that'll be Wednesday's video, which is me building a computer for out here in the garage. I don't know if I had all my computer stuff sitting around from doing Batocera, and I figured my computer out here crapped out, so I decided to go ahead and build a decent computer for out here in the garage. So that'll be Wednesday's video. Let's see, we finished up Batocera last week, I think. On Saturday was the last one. Yeah, because what did I post Wednesday? Oh, Wednesday was the Admiral TV VCR combo that didn't really work out. That one I did late in the summer, and it was just kind of sitting on the hard drive, and it was long enough. It was a decent video, at least I thought so, and to show that one didn't really work out like I had planned, which is the way it goes with that type of stuff. And I put it in the warehouse, and if I come across another one that's maybe has a bad video chassis, or that rod and everything is good in that one, I can fix one up. Those are kind of sought after because you can still play the old retro games on it without doing any upscaling or anything. On a CRT, you can use your zapper gun on them. Plus, it has the VHS, which is nice for kids' room. They're still using those in the kids' rooms to put in a VHS, or in the den, whatever, for the kids to watch videos on VHS. Because there's a lot of great cartoons in that, and kids' movies still on VHS that they're still viewing. I still sell a lot of kids' videos on VHS. So that one, like I said, I put it in the warehouse, and they come up now and then. I think most of them were made by Admiral, or whoever made Admiral, if that was the name brand. And let's see, back on the Batocera, I had a comment come through on that why didn't I put an angle adapter in for my video card? Why did I use the big, why do I have that big black power supply sitting back behind it? Why didn't I use a whatever power supply and keep everything compact? That wasn't the idea of that whole build. That whole build was just to do something with everything I had sitting around here without spending any money. Sometimes I don't explain myself in every video as to why I am doing this, in the beginning. That's why the Sunday coffee break's great, because then I get these comments in, and then I can kind of go through and tell you, why that comment was left. Well, like I said, it was to put use everything that I had sitting around here without spending any money. There's a lot of those old computers that people have sitting in their closets or basements or garage or whatever, and and if you want to build a retro gaming system to play some retro games on, it's perfect, because you leave it in the computer tower. I didn't, because I just wanted to do something different through it. I didn't want to just stuff it back in a computer tower, and I have plenty of those Xbox cases sitting around, so it was perfect to kind of work through that and just have some fun and, you know, do a build like that. I really enjoyed it. I wish I had more stuff coming up like that, because it seemed like it really got a lot of views, that people really enjoyed watching that. So like I said, so some of the videos, when I start out a project or something like that, I don't really explain myself why I am doing it and what I'm not going to do, like, you know, spend a ton of money. You know, yeah, we could have bought the power supply and everything that fit down in that case, or a small one that, you know, just kind of tucked along the side, whatever. And bought I know there's an adapter out there for your video card that you can angle your, you know, bring your video card up so it lays down in there flat, and so you can use a really small case, or you can buy a really small form factor video card and put in there. But like I said, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I was doing. I was building that without using any money at all, just using everything that I had sitting around that was either donated to me or some of my old stuff that I had sitting around. You know, you get a lot of those computers. You start working on electronics and stuff like that. Somebody's always asking you, hey, I got a couple computers. You want them? You know, and well, yeah, I'll take them. You know, and then you can strip them out, take the motherboards out, test motherboards if they're any good, if they're not, you know, too ancient. You know, it's kind of nice to have them, the motherboards that have the SATA connections on them. Those ones are a little easier to work with, as far as keeping them in a clean cabinet. The IDEs are a little rougher. It's kind of hard to find hard drives too with the IDE. I don't know what the hell they're doing with them, but somebody's gathering them up and they're using them in something. You know, and then the SATA, you can use a laptop hard drive, you know, or like I did, I used one out of an old PS3. I used 160 gig out of a PS3 and cleaned it up and cleaned it out and used it for it. So it worked out good that way, because then you have the small hard drive and I had a, you know, nice place to put it in there. And you know, that stuff's sitting around. You know, you go to yard sales and thrift stores, you know, and there's always a computer tower sitting in the corner or sitting on the table there, you know, $5-10, you know. Oh, this was $2,000 when I bought it. Yeah. How much is it now? $10. That stuff is just, there's so much stuff out there that, you know, you can play around with as far as computer wise goes too. Upcoming, let's see. Yeah, like I said, this week Wednesday I'll post me building a computer for out here in the garage. I used a Phenom 2 in it that I had from the Bottasura build that we didn't have an AMD board, and then I ended up finding an AMD motherboard, but we were already done with the build when I found it. So I put that Phenom 2 in it that I had sitting in the box, which was 4-core, which it turned out really nice. And that one too, at the end, I didn't explain that you don't need drivers for the AMD processor. What you have to do is you have to update the BIOS in order for it to read what processor you actually have in it if you change a processor. And that motherboard is an ECS, and it was too old, and I went to the ECS site and there was no drivers for that. It was a little too old, and I'm not going to try and find drivers on a third party because you don't know what you're getting. Especially when you start screwing around with your BIOS, you can really screw up a computer. So I left it alone. I did some research on it and they said it was fine, leaving it the way it is. You don't have to update the BIOS. It doesn't do anything, you know, different. At least that's what I read. It just will always say unknown and 4-core. So that that's fine with me, because it's just a computer for out here for looking up stuff and watching a video now and then. If I can't figure something out, I can always go to YouTube and watch a video on it, and because somebody has tore it apart. You can find everything on YouTube. You name it, it's on there. So let's see, upcoming, I was kind of hunting around for a project. That's why I did the computer build. I'm kind of bouncing back and forth, hope you don't mind. That's why I did the computer build, because I didn't have a nice project to do. I looked at everything, and you know, I do have projects to do. That's just, I didn't see anything that I was really ecstatic about doing. So I figured we'd do the computer build. And then my company came in from out of town. That was my sister and brother-in-law. They came in from Idaho for Thanksgiving and stayed all week. Hence that I was kind of busy all week, you know, spending time with them, visiting, you know, and that. And I just didn't have, I thought I had uploaded that video for yesterday, and I didn't. My bad. But they brought me a couple of projects. They brought me a couple of pachinko machines. So next Saturday, we'll be starting a project on a pachinko machine, a Japanese pinball machine. Both of them are from the 70s. They're both one's in better shape than the other, but they're both kind of rough. You know, that's the way I get stuff. It wouldn't be any fun if you got them and they were in mint condition. What do you do, dust them off? And so they're both in, you know, a little rougher condition. One's a little rougher than the other, but, you know, we're going to have some fun. And I've never done a pachinko machine, so I'm gonna do one and get familiar with it. And then the other one that we do, that one needs some parts, so I'll see if I can't locate some stuff, which I think I already did, and maybe we can do that one. I don't know what you know, they're not really worth much. You know, you see them on eBay, you know, $129, unknown condition, yeah, right, and $80 shipping, so you're looking at $200, but that's eBay. Locally, I haven't looked yet to see if there's anything, you know, locally. But you know, most of them, they're trying to get $200 to $300 out of a pachinko. And if I hadn't mentioned it, they're both from the 70s. And they both came down from Idaho. I guess they're just all over the place out there in Idaho. Every time my sister and brother-in-law go to a yard sale or a thrift store or the auction, there's always one or two pachinko machines sitting around somewhere. And being from the 70s, I am actually thinking that a lot of this stuff came over after the war. Was drug over from Japan. And then, you know, they played with them because they played them over there when the guys were stationed over there. And I don't know if they're, what other country is kind of really heavy into pachinko machines. I don't know if Vietnam is heavy into them or not. You know, but that's just something I can take a look at, or somebody can tell me whether they are or not. But they're a fun little machine. Not much to them. You know, they're built like our pinball machines. They're not built to last 50 years. They're probably built to last about 5 or 6 years, and then they get thrown in the landfill and put new ones in. So that's how a lot of these probably came over from overseas, was because they were, you know, decommissioned and out of the pachinko parlor, and these guys bought them or somebody shipped them in or whatever. But anyway, that's what we're going to be doing on Saturday. We're going to start a project on a pachinko machine. from the 70s. That'll be interesting because, like I said, I've never done one, so I think I've already started on it, and there's not a whole lot to them. There's a lot of stuff involved if you have to pull down the playfield to clean it and do some work on it. You have, I don't know, 200 pins that you got to pull, and let me tell you, it's fun. You'll see Saturday. The computer build will be Wednesday, and let's see, I went over the comment that I had on Batocera and let everybody know that I don't explain myself a whole lot. So let's see, I got through all that. Let me take a break, and I'll see what else I can come up with. I have some more stuff to talk about. Let's just put it that way. Okay, again, back on the pachinko machine. I know. I'm going to try and do this without spending a whole lot of money on it. I had to buy new screws, of course, because when stuff's stapled, they stapled everything down on it, but the holes are there for screws. It's just a simpler and quicker way to build those things. So I'm going to try and do that without spending a whole lot of money on it and see what we can do. Now, I do know I got to buy balls for it. The thing only has a few balls, and they're tiny balls at that. So I'll have to buy the balls for it and screws, and I think I'm going to need some brass nails, and I'll pick those up when I'm in town. I was looking at them, and I almost grabbed them, and I thought, no, you're not going to need them, and then, yeah, I need them. So I'll get them the next time I go in town. No big deal. Let's see. What's next? Like I said, again, I'm sorry that I didn't post a video yesterday. But I had some other stuff to talk about, and I just drew a blank. Man. Oh, I know what I was going to say. I think I've come to the conclusion that I'm going to close the store and arcade for the rest of the winter. We sat there for about 3 weeks now with no customers except for first day of hunting season. We had some guys come in and buy knives for butchering. But other than that, no. All we're doing is wasting electric and heat. But my phone number is there. If somebody needs something out of the store, they can always call me and I can beat them over there. That's not a problem. But it's time to kind of save a little bit of money over there and just kind of close it down, let it sit, pay the bills that come in on it for the rest of the winter, and then reopen in the spring, which gives me more time out here, because that's why I'm in the garage today, is because I'm not over at the store. So we'll get that, and which is okay. I'd rather save the money and then come spring open up, do all my maintenance on the machines, and all that in the spring, and then everybody can come in and start having fun again. The summers are actually really, really good in the arcade. So this time of the year nobody's around, so and I've told you that many times. And I had a Black Friday sale, and that was the day that the hunters came in. Only the hunters. So, no, I get it's time Stop the bleeding. So we'll get into some other stuff out here. Once I decided that we were going to stop for and close down for the winter. Not permanent, just for the winter. It's a seasonal thing. Kind of like that monthly thing, you know. So I figured I got some other stuff. I have some stuff that we can do out here that I've been wanting to do, and now I can actually sit down and start thinking about what we're going to do with it. We're going to dig out my 3D printer and start working with my 3D printer again. I have a small CNC machine, one of those little tabletop ones, sitting over here in a box that I bought. I don't know, I think it's been almost 2 years, and I've never opened the box. I don't even know if it's, you know, if it's broke or anything. Never opened it. I got it in because I wanted to do some stuff with it, and then I got busy with all the pinball machines and arcade stuff, and I set it down over here, and then it's just been sitting there ever since. Never opened it. My 3D printer is behind me, buried under a mountain of crap, so I got to dig it out because I think we may need it coming up soon. So I need to get familiar with my CAD program again and start doing some prototyping and see if I can get a little bit better with working with my 3D printer, so we can print out some stuff, some neat stuff, and maybe some parts that we need that we can no longer find, which would really be helpful because I have the 3D printer and the filament. So again, spending no money. Everything was spent. Let's see, I've had my 3D printer 2 years, 3 years. Worked with it a lot in town at the store. I played around with it quite a bit there. But then once I moved out, we closed the store and I brought everything out here. I haven't even turned it on. And that's been 2 years. So we'll have some fun with it. If it gets too cold out here to do some work, I'll go in there on my deck that I have enclosed and for my kitties, and I have it heated. Stays about 50 degrees in there all the time, so we can always drag stuff in there and work at the counter in there. I have a nice counter in there that we can work on. So I'm planning on doing stuff all winter this year. Last year I kind of chickened out and didn't come out here because I don't have any heat out here, so I stayed in the house and did some stuff in the house and kind of got a little behind on doing videos and stuff for the channel. But this year, no, I'm gonna suck it up, put my big boy panties on and get her done, and just kind of push through the whole winter doing stuff. Makes the winter go a hell of a lot quicker if you stay busy and have stuff to do. You know, the stuff's to do. I just gotta have a fairly warm place to work on it. I don't mind coming out here when it's in the 20s. And last week I was working out here and it was in the upper teens, and you dress warm enough. Your hands, if you're working enough, your hands stay warm enough, but your feet get cold, so you have to go in and at least to warm them up a little bit and then come back out. So it is what it is. No sense whining about it. There's nothing I can do about it except just, like I said, throw my purse in the corner, put my big boy panties on, suck it up and get it done. So that's what I'm going to do this year, is just continue to work on crap. Good crap or bad crap, we're going to keep working through it. Let's see, I usually do about 2 breaks every video. with the Sunday coffee break. So you know what that means. I'm going to take a break from the Sunday coffee break. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Been thinking about moving Sunday coffee break from 7 to 9 o'clock. There's a lot of videos that come on at 7. Some pretty big heavy hitters that start their videos at 7 o'clock on Sunday mornings. And I'm thinking about making my Sunday coffee breaks premieres, where if you're not familiar, most of you will be familiar with the premiere. I can watch the video with you, and there'll be a chat box along the side where you can chat with me, ask me questions and stuff like that if you feel need to, or just tell me, hey, you're an asshole or whatever, you know, and then I can delete it, of course. But I was thinking about moving it to 9 o'clock and then making them premiere. This one, I thought about doing today's premiere, but I'm still kind of trying to figure out if I should move the time to 9 o'clock from 7, because like I said, there's a lot of heavy hitters that start their videos at 7 o'clock, and mostly everybody's watching their videos and they don't give a crap about mine, about the Sunday coffee break. Sunday coffee break doesn't do a whole lot of views, but it is kind of fun. Like MR and Bricks said, it's fun to just kind of hang out. So I figured, when he said that, then I started to think about doing premiere on my Sunday coffee break. You know, since I can't go live because of my internet here, I can still be there with you and chat with you if need be. And you know, he enjoys the Sunday coffee break, and there's quite a few others that do too, but it just doesn't get the views like my regular videos do, I guess, because, you know, who wants to sit and look at an old fat bald guy stammer around with his words? But been seriously thinking about it. I think definitely next weekend I am going to make my coffee break a premiere. But what I need from you guys is to let me know whether I should move it from 7 to 9 or you know, or Sunday evening, you know, whatever, you know, let me know in the comments as to what you think I should do with Sunday coffee break as far as time wise, and if you're all for the premiere, if you would like to see it as a premiere, that way you can chat with me. I know if you're watching videos and coffee break on a TV, you know, there's no place you can't leave a comment when you're watching it on TV. You actually have to be on a computer or your phone. You know, you have to bring it up on your TV, you watch it on your TV, and then you have it on your phone too, so you can, you know, do the thumb thing and ask questions and talk and leave comments. You can like on the TV. All you have to do is, if you're using Roku or your Fire Stick, is you hit the bottom, the down button, and it brings up the timeline and that, and then you hit up, and then there's your channel, and the like button is right there too. So you can do the like on the TV, you just can't comment if you're watching everything on the TV. And I'd appreciate it if more people would leave a like button, you know, hit the like button if you enjoy watching it. It really helps out the channel. I'm trying to do as much as I can here to please YouTube. I did another short. No, I didn't do it in my shorts. I did another short video this past week on the Bottasura from, it being in the, what I did inside and then it working, and that one did alright. Yeah. But I'm going to try and do a short every week too. I'm going to try and do it in my shorts every week. I'm going to try and do a short every week too, just to kind of keep that moving along, because you do get quite a few views on the short video. As my one subscriber said, that the young people don't have the attention span, so the short is really good for them. I guess, whatever, I'd rather sit and watch, but anyway. So that's my idea, is to go premiere on the Sunday Coffee Break starting next weekend. And hopefully that works out a little bit better and I can start talking with people. And if I don't know an answer, I'll make one up for you. And moving it, time slot. I really like 7 o'clock, but I'm not, it's not set in stone. I can move it anytime everybody thinks would be a better time for them to be on premiere. And that's about it. I just kind of got through everything pretty quick today. A little bit more going on, and there's going to be a lot more going on since I have the store closed now, and then I have to really get busy and think about what I'm going to talk about on Sunday if I'm going to do premiere. So that's going to be it for today, for this Sunday episode of Sunday Coffee Break. And I hope you enjoyed the video. And like I said, let me know your comments. Let me know in the comment section as to what you think. Until next Sunday, everybody have a great week. Christmas is coming up. Until then, see ya.